Hello, welcome to CS3A for the Spring 2025 quarter. This is the first in the series of Python courses. It's called Object-Oriented Methodologies with Python. My name is Manish Tagat, and I'll be the instructor for this course. So let's get started. So for this course, we'll be using Canvas, so make sure that you have access to that. Our class is CS3A, Object-Oriented Programming, Methodologies in Python, the first in a series of Python courses. My name is Manish Tagat. The preferred way for us to communicate is through Canvas inbox. So that is on the left-hand side here. That's what you would use to send me messages. A backup is to send me an email messages, but I'll get to the Canvas inbox a lot faster, right? The course is online. There are no locations. We do have office hours starting Thursdays at 7 p.m., but that will likely change based on what the students want. Sometimes they want a different date, later or earlier during the day, right? I'm also available by appointment. So you'll notice that a majority of our grade here is programming assignments. That accounts for 50% of your grade. There are quizzes, there's participation activities such as surveys and other things. There is a midterm and a final. The midterm dates and final date are here. They will be online. Holidays noted here, although we are an online course, so it doesn't really affect us. Prerequisites are some math classes. Our text is Think Python, the 3rd edition. It is a fairly concise book. The reason I have chosen it is also freely available. Clicking the link here. There is an interactive version also available that allows you to do some interactive coding right in the text. I have provided how to access it here. Either one is fine or equivalent. Now, course 3A is the first course in Python. It teaches no previous programming experience is necessary. Python is a great first programming language to get going. A lot simpler than a Java or a C++. Our course calendar is as follows. There are about 10 weeks of lessons with a couple of weeks for midterm and final. That'll be pretty much our quarter. We'll start with some generic computing concepts and write our first program. Then we'll go over typical constructs that are available in most programming languages, such as variables and statements and functions and conditionals and loops, and some interesting data structures such as dictionaries and tuples. And that will be the course. Our grading scale is the typical one for our institution. Nothing surprising there. To do our programming, we'll be using an integrated development environment or an IDE. The one I will be using in the videos will be PyCharm. You are certainly free to use any alternative or even a terminal, but it is a good idea to get used to an IDE because it has lots of benefits. There is an installation video here to follow to set it up. Okay, the rhythm of the course is that lessons are released on Monday mornings, and all the work will be due before midnight on Sunday night. The lessons will include some reading and as well as some videos I've recorded. There'll be a short review quiz to reinforce the material, which you can submit multiple times, and some surveys and participation activities, and then the programming assignment, which is the main part of the grade, right? Programming assignments are accepted late with a 10% penalty for every day up till 3 days, after which they have expired. But late submissions for anything else like quizzes and participation is not accepted. So please do keep up because the course moves, and if you fall behind, it is kind of hard to catch up. Okay. Communication besides the inbox is via discussion groups. I will create a discussion group for each lesson. Feel free to post questions there. I will respond to it. If you know the answer to someone else's questions, please do respond. I will be reading everything. So it is a good practice to answer each other's questions, right? If the message is private in nature, feel free to use the inbox or email to send it to me. Be careful when pasting code. Make sure you don't paste your homework assignments. If there's a question or about some fragment of code, try to create a generic version of it and then attach it so that your work is not available to everybody. In asking questions, what I would like to see is some thought put behind it. So instead of saying something like, I just don't understand, I'm lost, please help, I do want to hear, what have you tried? Like a good example might be that, hey, I'm stuck in my program, I've tried this and this is the error I get, I change it and I get this error. Any suggestions? That shows that you've tried a few things and you're asking a thoughtful question, right? There is other resources available at our school, so please, feel free to use them. There are lots of good tutoring help if you need beyond what you'll get from me in this course. Now, this is an online-only course, so participation is a little bit different. We do want to see you actively doing all the work. If we find that you have not been logging into Canvas and have stopped participating, we will reach out and verify that, hey, are you still in this course? So do make sure to explicitly drop the course if you're no longer interested. Otherwise, it might become too late to get your money back for the course, and you might end up getting an F for something you had thought you had dropped. Now, there are various ways that participation is checked. We want to make sure that you post an introduction in the first week of class, that you are actively logged on to Canvas, that you have not missed any 2 lab assignments or any tests. Missing any of falling short of any of those things, will cause you to get dropped from the course. And this is required because of our accreditation to maintain active students. So please do participate and do keep up, right? Some information about our ADA compliance, and one thing you want to be careful of is submitting original work that only you have worked on. Do not form into groups. Right? If I find 2 programming assignments that look very much alike, both unfortunately will get zeros, and you'll have to be reported for cheating. So all the work has to be individual, and that you've done all by yourself, right? Programming is kind of not a group sport. It is something you have to kind of do on your own. All right, so it should be an exciting course. I have some great assignments and material for you. I'm looking forward to interacting with all of you in discussion groups and office hours. So thank you for enrolling in the course, and let's get going.